Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Showbiz Shadows, where we dig up the dirt on power and privilege. I'm your host, and today we're taking a closer look at the latest scandal brewing in America's most unlikely place, the White House. Meet Jane Doe, a U.S. veteran's daughter who just became a symbol of what happens when the rule of law is trampled underfoot by those in power. For context, you've probably heard the name Donald Trump associated with some shady dealings, but what's happening right now is a masterclass in how not to run a country. So let's get into it. Jane Doe was picked up by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE for allegedly being an undocumented immigrant. But here's the thing. She's actually been living in this country her whole life, has served in the military, and yet is still facing deportation thanks to Trump's ICE. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, isn't there a rule of law? Well, it seems that one doesn't apply when it comes to Trump's go-to strategy for dealing with problems, pardoning his pals. We've seen it time and time again, a high-profile crime, a lucrative business deal, or a high-ranking official in trouble. Just give him the old pardon hammer and voila. Case closed. But what's even more egregious is how Trump has consistently shown a blatant disregard for the rights of people like Jane Doe. This is not just about some individual case. It's about the systemic erosion of trust between law enforcement and the communities they're supposed to serve. It's about a president who thinks he's above the law, and that anyone who dares to question him is somehow un-American. The fact that ICE would target someone like Jane Doe in the first place is appalling enough. But what really gets my blood boiling is how Trump allowed this to happen. As Showbiz Shadows, we've been tracking Trump's track record of abuse of power, and this latest move is just another example of his utter disdain for the rule of law. But here's the thing, we can't let this slide. We need to hold our elected officials accountable for their actions, even when it's inconvenient or embarrassing. We need to make sure that everyone, regardless of their background or status, is treated with dignity and respect under the law. So what's next? Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Things are about to get ugly. Showbiz Shadows will be keeping a close eye on this story, and will be pushing for answers from those in power. We'll be shining a light on the injustices that Jane Doe and countless others face every day. In short, Trump's rule of law is nothing more than an empty phrase meant to pacify the public while he carries out his own brand of authoritarianism. And we can't let it stand. Stay tuned for more updates from Showbiz Shadows. We'll be back with more after this break.